Good afternoon, I'm Chris Pettit, and I've got my daughter Lucille doing the video for me, and then my son Ryan over here eating an ice cream. We're going to talk today about the Worksite DeWalt table saw. This is what's going to be used to do most of the work for my drawer, and I want to talk about some of the functionality and some of the functionality and pieces that go along with it. So the first thing you have is your on-off switch here. It's unplugged. You've got your green to start it, and then as you're working, running a long piece of wood through, you can either kick it with your knee, or if you've got just one hand available, you can stop it like that. Right here, you've got your fine scale indicator, and then you've got your fine scale knob. Once you release this lever here, this is your locking lever. It allows you to make fine adjustments to get the length of wood that you require to rip. And you've got your fence here. Once it's locked in place, you can hold your board flush against it, and then you've got your push stick. In those instances where you get really close to the blade, you got a narrow piece of wood, you don't want to slide your fingers through there, so you'll use this push stick to run it through. All right, next we've got, this is the dust collection and safety feature that goes along with it. Once you run your piece of wood through here, again, this is off. This will catch it, so in case there's any kickback from the blade, which happens quite frequently actually, this will keep that piece of wood from kicking back at you. You've also got a dust port back here that you can hook a vacuum hose up to collect some of that dust, and then your main dust collection port down here, which will take out the majority of the dust for you. If you come around this way here, you've got your motor and your blade connected to that motor. Really not that important. Just the functionality of how to use this is what I'm getting at. So this lever here will allow you to take this piece off in case, like I said, you get really close. You need to get really close with a piece of wood. Closer than that'll allow you. You can pull this lever out and pull that out. I wouldn't suggest using it without this, but in any case, when you have to use it, you have what's called a riving knife. Then you pull this lever. Once you get it in there, this will split the wood for you and keep it from pinching and kicking it back at you. So it's just a safety feature. All right, next. I just tightened that down. We'll talk about the blade if you'll come back over this way, sweetheart. All right, so this knob here lets you action the blade up or down. I'm gonna get it all the way up because next I'm gonna talk about how to set this square to make a good cut. All right, so here's your blade. And right here is your bevel lock adjustment. You can unlock this here, and you can change the angle. It goes up to 45 to make miter cuts if you need to. Right now I've got it set to 0, and I'm gonna show you how to make sure the thing is square. Hey buddy. So in any operation cutting wood, this thing is mainly used for ripping, but you can do cross cuts if you have a miter gauge that you slide in here. You can do a bunch of things with this, but it's mainly used for ripping. And today I'm going to show you how to make sure this blade is square with this tabletop so that your cuts are nice, the face of your cuts are nice and even, and your wood goes together well. This is just a Johnson magnetic level. I don't endorse them, they don't pay me anything, but neither does DeWalt. But I'm just going to show you how to use it. So you turn it on, you set it on the surface that you're going to be using, and then you zero it out. Once it comes to 0, then you're going to flip it to 90 is what you want. It's got a magnetic feature on there, so 90 is what you're going for. 89.9 is pretty good. You're not going to get much better than that. I have got it to 90, but really that's all you're worried about as far as making your tabletop and your saw right angles with one another. It doesn't matter the surface that you're sitting on as long as you start off with this tabletop being your reference point as such. That's pretty much all there is to this, and it's the tool I'll be using mostly to build my drawer. Thanks for your time.